looks good. That's a good angle. Welcome to the Wayward Widow. I did not get a card. Let me get a card. I have Sky's sweatshirt on. It was cool here this morning. It's still a little bit breezy, but it's nice and sunny. It's a sunny day. Let me show you. Isn't sunny that is? It's a nice sunny day. I'm in Pennsylvania. Okay. Okay, got some cards. We need to do a better job of putting ourselves higher on our own to-do list. I remember I read this one. I feel like I read this one a lot. It was Michelle Obama. What have you been avoiding on your personal to-do list? Take a break, spend more time with loved ones, work smarter and not harder, prioritize them today. And I actually picked up two. The greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. And that's someone by the name of William James said that. What stressful thoughts will you decide to let go today? Acknowledge its presence, then let it go. Feel the relief of burden on your mind and shoulders. I like these little cards. Let me put my glasses down. I can just stick them up on the top of my head. Can I? Oh, my cherry disappeared. My Cool Whip disappeared. I've had it sitting out for a couple minutes. It's 3 o'clock. It's time. So if you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome. Anyway, my name is Poet, and this is the Wayward Widow. My partner, best friend, roomie, husband, ex-husband, we were married a short period of time, back in 2014, but stayed together, kind of holding each other up through life. He passed away in February. He had a disease called MSA, which is multiple system atrophy. And so on this channel, I talk about what I went through as a 24/7 caregiver, what he went through as someone who had the disease, and where I'm at now in my 8th month since his death, in a brand new relationship. We're now 7 weeks into that relationship, and just kind of talking about the ins and outs of all that and what that feels like for me, having a new friend, a new someone to hang out with and be with, and you know, all that. I'm missing something in this coffee. What am I missing? I have cafe mocha and I have French vanilla. Something's a little bit missing. Okay, I have 2 things to talk about. Well, I have 2 things. Someone asked about the gem art, if it was hard to do. It's not hard to do. It can just get, I don't want to say monotonous or tedious, but monotonous or tedious. If it's repetition, it's not hard. It's not hard. I'll show you where I'm at on the one I'm doing. Okay, so here's the one I'm working on. I've been working on this one for about 10 days. And so I'm there. I know I have a glare, I'm sorry. It's 40 by 40 centimeters. And you can see maybe on the back, You can't see it as well as I can see it. What's left. So, for the person who asked if it was hard, when you buy a diamond art, their gem art or diamond art, there's a chart on the side. No matter what size you get, you're going to have this chart. And then there's packets, there's color packets. They look like this, and they're labeled. So this one is number 11. There's a color. So I go to number 11, and it's the letter P. And so I know that all the letter P's are that color. Okay, so you follow this chart, and it tells you where to place the gem. So then there's a plastic cover. You peel that back, and then this is all sticky, and that's what the gems stick to. Okay, and you just peel back what you need to peel back to get to the area that you're working on. So it depends on the company. I've already had companies send me 2 or 3 of these trays. You get these little plastic trays. I've started keeping my trays in case I want an extra one. But you get a little tray like this. And then you get all your gems, and you get your picture. And then you get these little glue squares. Depending on the size, you might only get 1 of them. This big one here, I got 4 of these. And then you get this little stylus pen thing. And then all you do is pick your color, put it in your little tray. Like I have a color in there now. Find your letters on the picture, and then this square has a little sticky paper on either side to protect it. So you take that off, and then you take that and push it in there. This is like a glue. So you just push it in there to get the sticky glue on there, okay? And then you pick up one of the gems. You get your tray, and you get one of your gems, so gem on there, and you put it on your letter. It's just that simple. It's that simple. And you make your picture. So, yeah, that's it. Sometimes I'll work on one for 10 minutes, sometimes an hour. It just depends on what mood I'm in. This one is going to take me probably another 5 days. Again, depending on how much time I work on it. But another 5 days because of all the background is black, and that gets very monotonous. And usually I break it into grids. Like I'll make little boxes, and I'll just fill in the boxes, you know. That's that. I want to show you guys something that was sent to me. One of my friends said, she messaged me about a week ago and said, I dropped something in the mail for you. And this is the same woman who sent me the turtle. I'm sitting next to the turtle pond. My friend Joanne, who sent me the bobbing head turtle, because you guys know I'm collecting turtles for Sky's turtle pond. If you've been with me a while, you know the whole story of the turtle and the turtle that bit me. And so I collect turtles for Sky. And we're rapidly coming up on his birthday. His birthday's the 10th. And I'm going to be putting the remainder of his ashes that I have here in the jars down at the lake. So anyway, so Joanne messaged me and said, I'm going to send you a little something. And I did get her okay for me to show what she sent me. It came in yesterday's mail, and it's so cute. She sent me a card. You don't just give, you give from the heart. Yeah. So pretty. She wrote a little message in. I'm not going to read the message. But inside the card was this little gift. And it's a little travel turtle card. And it says, wherever you may wander, wherever you may roam, may this turtle journey with you and safely bring you home. So there's the little card. And inside there is this turtle. The little turtle. I'm going to hang this on my keychain. It hooks like this. It's a little turtle. And it's personalized. The letter P for poet. And then there's a little stone that matches the turtle. It's like a greenish. This is pretty close to my birthstone. My birthstone is maybe a little bit lighter, but when you look at it like this and you see the green, it reminds me of like a real green water that a turtle would swim in. But how cute is that? So that's going on my keychain. I wanted to show you guys. And I did ask her if it was okay. And she said, yeah, it was okay. So they were the couple things that I wanted to show. And I put my candle on for something a little different. I'm going to sit in meditation in just a little bit and either go and take a walk or do my dancing, one or the other, to get my exercise in. Today's the 5th. On the 7th is the anniversary of my dad's passing. He died in 2006. He was 81. And on that day when I do my video, I'll show a picture of my dad. He was not my biological dad, but he was my dad. Like, you know, like right from the get-go. There was never any talk in the family that he wasn't my dad. But he was amazing, and I really miss him. You know, I miss his wisdom. He was in the Coast Guard way back in World War II, and he was a welder by trade. And he was just amazing, just a hard-working man. So that's on the 7th. And then, of course, the 10th is Sky's, what would be his 72nd birthday, or 72nd rotation around the sun. He would have finished had he lived. So that's this coming week. I have therapy one day, and my new companion, friend, he's got a couple appointments this week. So the week will be busy here and there, you know, like more for him than really for me, I think. I got to get to the store. I got to get my hair color. I know you guys are tired of hearing me talk about it, but I really like to go to Walmart to get it because it's like $2 cheaper than if I go to the corner store. I'm really going to pay. Like, I'm really going to pay. And so and even like Rite Aid, even like a drugstore, I'm going to pay $2 or $3 more. Target, I'm going to pay more. So I prefer to go to Walmart. But if I'm going to do that, like tomorrow, I would rather it be early in the morning before it gets too crazy on a Sunday at Walmart, especially with Halloween coming up. Oh, I was just in the Dollar Tree. I was picked up by my old friend, and we went out for lunch, and then we walked over to the Dollar Tree. They have Christmas stuff out. Not a lot, like they're just starting to put it out. And then I was, you know, I got thinking about it. I'm like, oh, there's Christmas stuff out already, and it's October 5th. But that's less than 90 days before the holiday. So very typical. It's what, 25 days before Halloween. Thanksgiving is next month. So in the retail world, it's like, it's time. So if you want to start getting your Christmas stuff, check the Dollar Tree. They have some things out. I was looking for a iced coffee glass that had maybe turkeys on it for Thanksgiving, but I can't find anything like that, at least not at the Dollar Tree. But if I get to Walmart and I think of it, I'll check and see if I can find a iced coffee glass that has turkeys on it. Some kind of Thanksgiving thing. So, Kelly Isabel DeMarco put a video up yesterday, and she's talking about now her husband passed away. It was after Sky passed away. I think the following month. I think. Because a bunch of people lost their husbands like right around that time. And one of my friends lost his wife in and about that time also. At the beginning of the year. But her husband, Tim, died from a form of multiple myeloma. And she was talking in her video yesterday about she's changing her channel name because her channel had to do with cancer, like, after cancer, the after cancer journey, and how she's managing with herself and her 2 teenage daughters. So she's changing her channel name, and once I remember what it is, I'll tell you. But she's an advocate for saving the planet and the connection between the health of our planet and the health of us as humans. And it's really fascinating to listen to her and to watch her and her journey as she goes through being a widow and how she's managing her life. And, like I talked about in other videos for me, and a couple people said this in the very beginning, like, you're not really a widow because Sky and I were not married when he passed. And taking the word widow that way as what I guess it's meant to be is being married and then losing your spouse. But for those of us who maybe were in a 7-year relationship, like my mom and dad were, common law, because they were never married with a license, they did common law. So when you think of it like that, does the word widow really apply to me? Because we were not legally married when he passed. And we were at that point, and probably for almost our whole relationship, in a really good companionship, friendship, kind of situation. I talked about this in my last video. He just taught me a lot. He taught me a lot. So his birthday's coming up. I will celebrate that. He knew he was not going to see this birthday. He said that. He's like, I'm not going to see 72. Like, he knew it. But, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm doing okay. One step at a time for me. That's all I can do. That's all you can do. My son was in urgent care this morning. He called me last night and said that he had developed a rash on his arm and that it felt hot. And what could he put on it? So I talked to him about it. And then this morning he ended up going to urgent care because the rash had spread pretty much all over, including on his face. And he said, it feels like he's on fire. That's what it feels like. Because I asked him, I said, is it itchy or Like, is it painful or is it just that you have a rash? Like what he said, it feels like I'm on fire. And so they drew blood to test that, and they gave him a shot to reduce the swelling in his joints. And they said they believe the rash is from his Sjogren's disease, and they referred him to a rheumatologist. So he's in his room where he rents, and he's resting. I texted him a little while ago and asked him how he was feeling, and he just said rough. Rough, that's it, one word, rough. I'll check on him a little bit later. If things get too bad, he'll contact me. But that's it, that's what's going on. So I wanted to show how to do the gem art for people that are thinking about maybe doing gem art. It is a lot of fun. But then once you do it, you got to figure out what are you going to do with the pictures. You know, like I have a stack of them on my table there that I don't know what I'm going to do with really. And I wanted to show my little turtle before I put it on my keyring. So keyring is next. My eye's watering. The wind is open. Allergy stuff. I feel kind of lost a little bit. There's a lot going on, and I'm trying to figure it all out, to be honest. I'm really lost without my car. It's been 3 months, more than 3 months, and I feel kind of trapped here without my car. But I have to wait a bit before I can, try to work something out. Probably after the election and see how, everything plays out. But I feel like there's so much in me that I want to get out that I don't know how. So I guess that's typical for the way the year's been. So much has happened in my life, and I'm constantly trying to play catch up. 23 minutes. I'm trying to play catch up all the time, and I never catch up with my own feelings and thoughts, So I'm just going to keep pushing ahead because that's really all I can do. I mean, for the most part, I'm okay. But sometimes I almost feel guilty being okay. Like I feel like I shouldn't be okay sometimes. Like I should just be in pieces. But I'm not in pieces. I have moments, but I'm not 24/7 in pieces. And I almost feel like I should be. And that's just something I have to work through because I don't need to be in pieces. That's all. I'm going to go. I'll see you guys soon.